What's up guys, Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Kagero deck profile. This is going to be a Dauntless Drive Dragon slash reverse, Dauntless Dominate Dragon reverse deck profile. So let's get right into the deck profile. This is a very fun deck to play. I really enjoy playing this deck. So yeah. First card, starting Vanguard, we run Conroe. He's the main forerunner for Kagero. He's very good. Kind of +1, send this card to the drop zone, and then you can search your deck for a grade 1 or lower Kagero unit. So it's pretty good. This is obviously a Kagero tool, a Conroe tool deck, or toolbox deck. Sorry, I'm tired. And Conroe toolbox is pretty good. All right, so for the grade 3s, I run for Dauntless Dominate Dragon, and he's the star of the deck. For those of you who don't know the effect, it's Limber Break 4, Counterblast 1, lock one of your Kagero units, and then on this turn, when you drive check a grade 1 or above Kagero unit, you may retire one of your opponent's rear guards that are grade 1 or lower, and then you can get 3,000 power. So it's pretty good. It pretty much makes your grade 1 or above units a 3k trigger, a plus 3k kill trigger. That's pretty much what it is, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. So there's that. And then of course he's a cross ride. So if Dauntless Drive Dragon is in Soul, you can get 3k or 2k. Sorry. Next, we run 4 Dauntless Drive Dragons. He's the breaker out of the deck, obviously. For those of you who don't know the effect, it's whenever a Kagero unit rides on top of this unit, it gets plus 10k and a new effect. And that effect is, you can ditch 3 cards to stand up your Vanguard. And you can only use this effect if your Vanguard did not stand, so you can only use it once. Mainly, there's not really any trouble here because Dauntless Dominate Dragon can't really stand up by himself anyway, so you won't contradict with Dauntless Drive. Next, I run the 12k attacker for the grade 2 12k attacker for Dauntless units. Pretty self-explanatory. Next, I run 3 Bellicossi Dragon. He's mainly there for some pressure, so your opponent will guard. Although most of the time you will have enough counterblast to use anyway, so mainly here because he's 9k and he helps put pressure on your opponent. Next, I run 2 11k attackers. That requires you to have a Limber Break 4 unit, which is all your grade 3s. Mainly he's here because this deck will lock your back row, and once that happens, you're going to need a unit that can attack a Vanguard by himself, and this guy's one of them. Of course, Dauntless, this 12k attacker for Dauntless is very useful, but your opponent's probably going to kill it off with, nasty things. So it's nice to have a backup plan, and this guy is that backup plan. Next, I run to Crush Shot Garp. He's a 10k vanilla for Kagero, one of them at least. And mainly, your main ride targets are him and Bellicossi Dragon, because most of the time you're going to ride Bellicossi Dragon, pop Conroe, search for something that you need, and then proceed from there. It's either going to be a perfect guard. Usually, yeah, anyway, I'll talk about that later. Next, I run the 10k attacker for Dauntless units. Grade 1 10k attacker for Dauntless units. Pretty self-explanatory. And next, I run 1 Airmo. 1 Airmo is enough. You don't need more than 1. He's being there for when you're grade stuck, which does happen sometimes. I don't know why. I run 8 grade 3s and I still get grade stuck, but I guess that's just my luck with this deck, usually. Of course it doesn't happen, but Airmo is just a backup plan for when you need it. You can run Cursey instead, but I prefer to run Airmo because you can do it more than once. For those who don't know the effect, it's when this card boosts of a Kagero unit and you hit, you can ditch a card to draw a card. Actually, it doesn't even have to be Kagero unit, but anyway. Yeah. Next, I run 2 Heat Nail Salamanders. He's mainly there for some early game pressure. Later on, you don't really need him because you have Dauntless Dominant Dragon to destroy all your opponent's rear guards. Next, run 4 bar. Pretty self-explanatory. Because, you know, there's nothing really else that's good for Kagero right now. So, for great ones at least. So I'm going to run that 4 bars. Next, I run 4 whatchamacallits Baris because he's a perfect guard and you're going to want perfect guards. For triggers, I run 7 crit, 5 draws, which is mainly what I run for Kagero decks. I don't know why, but I just like it that way. And I run 4 heals. Yeah, this deck is pretty self-explanatory. This deck is pretty fun because, you know, it's a pretty good deck. And obviously, you know, it's overshadowed by things like the Grade 4. But, you know, this deck is still really fun to play. It's a lot more fun to play than the Grade 4, in my honest opinion. So yeah, mainly what you want to do is you really want to break ride in this deck because most of the time, once you break ride, and you know, done as effect like twice or 3 times, your opponent will have no boosters to boost with. And when that happens, and unless they're playing World Paladins and run Palamedes, they're not going to be able to hit your Vanguard by themselves because without boosters, you know, most of the times people have a 12k attacker, but 12k isn't enough to hit that 13. So you're going to gain a lot of advantage from there because they're pretty much only going to be able to attack with their Vanguard, and even then, they're probably going to attack with like a 13k Vanguard or something. Because, you know, you killed off their back row. And then you can just guard for 10 for 2 to pass, and usually you win from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. This deck is, you know, pretty good. It's nice to see your opponents with no boosters, because it's always fun to guard for, you know, 5k, guard with 5k shields and stuff. And, you know, not being afraid to get hit by your opponent. Because they have some really nasty numbers or something. Alright then, that's enough for this video. Next video I'm probably gonna show you guys my Gold Paladin Liberator Ganslot Zenith deck, Zenith Ganslot deck, or my Minerva deck. Not sure which one I want to do yet. I still need to playtest with them, so yeah. Anyway, this is Kartaku, and I will see you guys very soon. See you guys later. Bye.